So over the years, as this lecture evolved, I looked for different words to explain the process that I was going through. And I tried the word writing a speech, and then I tried developing a speech, then building a speech, and finally I realized that the word that explained best what I was doing was growing a speech, because the process is a pretty organic process. Now, don't get me wrong, you can write, develop, build a speech, but the best speeches that you're ever going to do are going to be the speeches that come from the inside out. So where it begins then, where it begins is with your heart. You start with the heart. Start with the things that matter to you. And when I say heart, I mean whatever word you use to describe that core part of you, your soul, your spirit, your conscience, your heart, whatever word you want to use, but it's the place where the deepest core values reside. You start with the heart. And having chosen some topic that's dear to your heart, that's connected to your core values, from there we have to move from a topic to a message. It's not enough just to choose a topic. It has to become a message. It becomes a message when there's something in it for the audience. Why do they need to hear that? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I love. I love talking about. I love thinking about, my kids, for example. But it's not really a message until there's something in it for you as the audience. So how do we move from topic to message? Well, the seeds of great speeches are already inside you. They're already in here. But you know what a seed is like? It's like a dead thing that lies in the ground. When all the right conditions converge, the seed breaks out open and out comes life. In some cases, that may take, years. And there are speeches inside you, speeches inside me that may take years to come out. In other cases, we don't have that luxury, with a wedding, with a funeral, with a class assignment. There's a deadline. And so we have to coax out of a topic of these core values, some kind of message. How do we do that? Well, we cultivate these topics or seeds to break out a harvest. And we do this first by watching, by listening, by reading, by talking. In other words, we start paying attention to our external world. What do you see? What's out there? What's out there that's going on in your world, in your community, in your family, even in yourself, that creates some emotional response? You feel excited, you feel aggravated, any touch of passion. What's there? And watch that stuff. Watch the things your eyes and ears are drawn to. What are the kinds of articles you keep reading online, or when you're at the doctor's office and you're flipping through a magazine just because you're waiting? What are the articles, or even what are the advertisements you keep going to? Well, start paying attention to all that, and then start immersing yourself in that subject matter. Read about it, think about it, listen, talk. And then, having done that, we go to the next thing, which is thinking, writing, meditating, contemplating, dwelling. This is this internal part. And this is kind of a spiritual process. I don't mean necessarily religious, though every major religion I know recommends for its adherents to spend time in the garden or in the wilderness or in their closet, sometime in solitude, to reflect upon the things you hear, the things you read, the things you listen to, the conversations you have with other disciples, other people, whatever. But that's that time where we're getting to know not only this external stuff, but our own connection to it, our own deep core truth. This is how we start to discover our unique message, your unique message. So what we're trying to create is a kind of dialogue. And if you look in your syllabus, I think it's on page 6, you see these guidelines for dialogue, which are really designed for dialogue with other people. But we're also trying to create a dialogue between our inner core self and the external world in which we live, to find out what's really true and what we really think, and to deepen and broaden and create a more detailed vision of what it is we have to say. One of my favorite quotes is, "The universe is full of magical things patiently waiting for our wits to grow sharper." And this process is sharpening our wits so we see the wonder and the amazing things about these things we already care about, but we see them in much, much greater detail.